Hola. So this is going to be a ramble video, and I'm pretty excited about it. I've had a lot bottled up inside, and I'm ready to, just go through some of it. And so I can just start somewhere. Today I was driving as per usual through downtown / center city to get over to University City. And so many selfish people on the road because they think that they're the only ones on the road. And I'm not even expressing myself in a road rage type manner. I'm a really chill, relaxed, aware driver. And I'm not sleep driving like most of these people. They're sleepwalking and they're sleep driving. They are brainwashed, already gone, and / could be over medicated, or a mixture of the two. And so it's really difficult for them to even consider that someone else would be right behind them, or someone's parking, or someone's just doing anything, living life. You need to really be aware of who's around you. I almost got into two pretty serious situations. If I wasn't a super aware person, if I was sleep driving myself, I would have definitely got into an accident so many times. And that's not to boast about my quote unquote attention span. It's more so just I care so deeply for other people, and I'm really just hyper aware of these people and what they're going through, or their position on it, what they need to do, you know what I mean? And this makes it so that I would never intentionally just pull over, or cut somebody off, or completely flip the fuck out when you're having to wait for someone to park. Any regular thing. People also go out into the street all the time and try to cross the street without looking, most likely because they're either listening to music or attached to their phone in some way. And this, obviously, it is what it is, and I hate that saying. Yeah, so it's just really frustrating because it makes me think that they think that it's only them, and that they're so selfish that they could never think that someone else would be in the lane right next to them. You're literally driving full on in my lane. And there's a construction line here of concrete. Wake up, pay attention. There are people all around you. There are other lives all around you, other angels all around you. You need to sit down and take your place. And this is where it gets into being humble, which I'm not even going to extrapolate on, because it's pretty obvious. And I just don't, it's not really a feeling. It's just a character trait. So these people blow my mind, and I waste a lot of my energy on them. You understand? I'm expending energy in my form of attention, awareness, and care onto them as well. And noticing the moves that they're making, and being so observant to how they are and how they treat others and how they treat themselves and you. Just being so tuned in to people and their communication and their forms of expression and how they choose to treat people. They actually dead seriously choose to, well, of course, mistreat people all day long. But also take everything out on on the other person. They always have someone to blame. I think that that goes along for the same type of person. The same type of person that is parked without four ways on a main street in Center City, like just totally gone, like they're completely mentally gone. They are completely tuned the fuck out, and I feel so bad for them, and everyone needs to pray for them. But like these types of people who are selfish, they also don't have any concept of other people's opinions, situations, perspectives, preferences. And the fact that everyone has their own bullshit to deal with, so the least that you can be towards them is considerate and respectful, and that's the least. People have really lost their sense of class and social grace and like social presence and like the essence of what it's like to live in a community. Like I live in the hood and I absolutely love it. Although I feel disconnected from American culture, I feel like I have somewhat of a community here. It's not a village community by any means, but I do enjoy the energy, and I do have a good block to live on. It is block to block in this city because it is also heavily dominated by institutions. And then all of the other land is divvied up, and it does go block to block because of the Philadelphia Housing Authority, like because of the state regulation. So yeah, one of my clients is like a top dog type family, and I absolutely adore them. And they have a lot of properties in the city, and mostly in like University / West and University City / West Philly. And they're just so strong through everything that, like, they've had so many hard times as well. This is going to sound like a cliche because, like, I'm not going to give the specifics of this family's demographics just yet. But I just have this one family in Philly, and the mom is, like, it's just an amazing group, and you just feel that connection. And I just feel that family connection with them, and it's amazing. So anyways, I've had these types of connections with a lot of people in my life, and they were never from my family. And it's like God has been trying to show me the whole time that I'll end up having a different life based on those starting points. And I just wanted to thank all of my angels along the way. In high school, I remember being locked out of my house so many times. I had to call my friend to pick me up. And she would like pick me up in her Corvette, and we worked together, and she was just such a blessing in my life. And her family was as well. So I latched onto them as well. And then I had friends also that, you don't realize that they're your friend, but like after looking back on it, you realize that they were like really fucking cool and you were kind of tight. I had that with this one dude, and he was like in my art class, and I was friends with all those people in my art class, but like this dude I called one night because I was locked out again, and I was like, it was a weekday, so we had school the next day. Like I was so mad like that she locked me the fuck out again. Even worse, like I was coming home from work. Like you don't lock someone out when they're coming home from work. So anyways, I had to call my friend Reiner, who is from the Dominican Republic, and we won class artist together in high school. We both won class artist, and but no one knew before that that I had to sleep at his house one night. And we were friends, and like we never were sexually attracted, so it's like we were cool, like brother and sister, you know. And he picked me up, and then the next morning we smoked and went into school together. And then like later that day, like we had to take pictures together or something, I don't know. But it's just like those people that you have an understanding with, and you have like a common bond, like you have some sort of bond that's like unbreakable, like, and you can't describe it. I cannot describe the shit. But these people would pick me up. Like I had people that would pick me up and take me everywhere I needed to go. And they were my angels, and like some of them were really intense. And like my first boyfriend, he was one of my angels too. He would pick me up for school every single day. One time I got kicked out of my dad's house, and I lived in an entirely different school district, but it was not geographically far. So I was living in this other school district, but he would pick me up so no one would know. No one knew that I was completely living in a different region, and because you know what I mean. So, but they eventually found out, and we had to purchase a home. So my mom purchased her second house in the correct area, and he still would bring me to school every single day when he could or whatever. And I just didn't realize it when I was going through that. But like, and then we did have a really bad, unhealthy situation. Oh, this is my outfit, by the way. It's like a tube top, but it's leopard, and it's like made out of this silk. It's like a headscarf. It was a gift. I think I have pimples all over my face, like low key, like from this heat. And I already did so many hair treatments to get the green out of my hair, and so many just treatments like coconut oil, olive oil, anything coconut, anything natural, anything hair growth, hair repair, hair developer. These things, but only from the natural African beauty stores, or African/Indian. There's no other one that I would ever trust. Like I would never fucking buy anything from Rite Aid, ever. Anyways. And Trader Joe's has the best price on Dr. Bronner's, by the way, for any of my city people that are living near a Trader Joe's. I don't even know which grocery store to rep these days, because it's like they're technically all the same. So you have to go right to the farmer. And my ancestors, I think I come from like half of a farm. I think half my genes are from farm families, from a farm family, and the other half is something else that I don't even know and can't talk about. So I always felt connected to the land. I always felt like I wanted to know where my food was coming from, who was growing it, how were they doing, how was their family, and like, you know, how were their lives. I wanted to know in depth about these people's lives and what brought them to those decisions, those circumstances, those thoughts, and those people that were in their life too. Like the people that they decided to marry into or whatever, like, and how it went for them. Because like the quality of life is becoming really important for me. And it always was. That's why I spent almost $200,000 on school, because I was so hype about getting the best of the best for myself, because I wanted a quality experience, because I felt like I had some quality to bring. And like no one was gonna get me off my path. No one's fucked up words and fucked up situations and lives and life choices were gonna throw me off. There's absolutely nothing that anyone can do to throw me off. And so people who act differently than me I can no longer hang out with them and I can no longer spend time with them because they are a waste of my time. And I'm not even being harsh because I've spent time with a lot of different types of people. But usually God sends me many angels, many living angels as well. And they're all over the world. And I find them everywhere I go. Not everyone is an angel though, and you know who you vibe with and you know who you don't. You know who's good and who represents the light. And you know who's trying to be jealous, take you down, hurt you, lie about you. And it's just like, dude, work on yourself and then come talk to me because I can't talk to you in this state. So I feel like I'm finally becoming myself again. Like I lost myself inside of other people and other scenarios and like all these images in my head of things that I thought of how my life was supposed to go and all the people I would date and stuff. Like I would only date black dudes for like the past like 8 or 9 years, and I got into a lot of fucking trouble because of that. And I'm not saying I wouldn't do it again because I like cultural, ethnic, religious, everything, anything you can think of, I like it to be different. I want you to look different than me. I want you to speak different than me. Can I talk? I want you to look different, act different, do different jobs than me. Like, I don't want to have any similarities to you, or I'm going to get fucking bored. And, like, you have to speak more than one language. That is, like, the best. Like, I think that's so hot. Literally so hot. And I'll probably, like, take a long time to learn the language, but whatever. It's just, like, I'll eventually learn. And I'll be able to do, like, some sentences and, like, some small talk with people, hopefully. And then, but, like, I'm not interested in people who, I don't know, like, I just have to really keep my distance from, like, those jealous people that I was telling you guys about. Because it's, like, not good for me to be around them because I will fucking flip out on them at this point in my life. Like, at this point in my life, I'm done. I'm over it. I was just telling my friend today, I'm like, I can't be in this city anymore. I can't have this job anymore. And I can't drive that car anymore. I just can't do it. Like, I'm completely tapped out, burned out. Like, I'm done. Like, and I'm still going to be here to help these people for the next couple months. And I'm really looking forward to enjoying my time with them and preparing them to the best of my ability. Like, I'm dead seriously, like, looking forward to this summer. And it's going to be good. But after that, I'm outie 5,000. I'm outie 10 million. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to come back. And I'm not even kidding. It would have to take a lot. It would take a lot to get me back. Like, it has to be at least one person that I have unconditional love for. And then it would have to be a seriously amazing job opportunity. Otherwise, zero chances of me ever coming back to this country. And I can say that with such confidence because I've experienced it. I've lived it. And I never felt safe here. And beyond that, I'm just done with it. Like, it's not my personality to do the same thing all the time. I could never have a job for longer than 3 to 5 years. Like, I can't do the same projects all throughout all those times. I'm not a computer system. I need to go feel the ocean. I need to go outside in the sun for longer than 1 hour. I need to live without having to worry about anything. I need to be able to walk freely. I need to see people treating other people correctly. I need to see animals being respected on the regular without any questions asked. I need to see a strong enough community, good communities where people are thriving. They are living in abundance. I have to live in abundance because otherwise it's a lie. It's a lie for my life if I'm not living in abundance, I swear. And I've deprived myself. I distracted myself. Hanging out with rappers, hanging out with random people who were connected to random celebrities, like just hanging out with all the wrong people. Because I was like, oh, I'm an artist, like I'm allowed to do this type of stuff. And I didn't realize that I had a lot of other qualities that were too serious and were too important. Like, I'm not saying I'm self-serving. I'm saying like the qualities that you have are so special and precious that you can't just be around anybody anymore. Like, you can't just go and hang out with any random person anymore. Like, your time matters, your attention matters, who you're around and who you're giving your soul ties to matter. And that's what I'm really focusing on, because I actually cannot be tied to these people any longer. Like, the time is done. It's up. So you have to cut the cord, and you have to know when to stop certain things. You have to know when to stop relationships. Like, I knew I was never going to have a normal relationship with my first guy because he would like put his hands around my throat and stuff. And I was like, there's no argument that gets that serious that you think you can actually put your hands on someone's throat and you quote unquote love them. So, I mean, you get to experience these different things in life that give you the boundaries. And then once you're given the boundaries, you have to believe it and you have to listen to it. Like, I have to be more careful with what I do and who I hang out with and how I spend my time, because like I have a lot more to offer than what is currently going on in my reality. And I know that I'm stepping into a great time, and I know that I'm stepping into abundance because like a lot of people are starting to be nicer and things are starting to get better. And I'm starting to see the good people come back onto my level, and I'm starting to have those connections with those good people, and I'm hand picking people now. I'm being very particular, very specific on who I allow myself to help to the extent that I help, because it's like next level shit. Like, I'll give you all of my belongings and I wouldn't even care. Like, I would never even think about it. And just give you all of the information that I have, everything, like. But you can't do that for everyone, and I thought that I could do that for everyone for so long. So I'm like finally breaking out of those chains, and I'm breaking out of that mindset that I have to be nice to everybody. No, I fucking don't. No, none of you guys, more than half of you guys don't even deserve me to be nice to you. Prove that you're on my level. Prove that you're going to fight for these people. Prove that you're going to actually do something, and then maybe we can talk. But if you're just fucking talking all day, and you're not like hardworking, and you're not consistently working on a goal or constantly trying to bring wealth and abundance into not only your life but others' lives as well, and you genuinely care about other people, like if you're not on that type of shit, I can't even talk to you anymore. And won't even bat an eye your way, because it's like I literally don't have time. So that's how I feel now, and that's what I'm doing now. And I'm so fucking pumped because I'm about to change my life, and it's going to be huge. And like, I know a lot of things now from firsthand experience, so I don't have to listen to other people in terms of what is it? I don't have to care about what they think anymore. I would never care about what someone thought anymore, ever, because I already know for myself how it is, you know what I mean? Like, no one can really tell me, but like, I'm willing to listen if you're one of these quality people that I'm talking about, and I would love to know, like, your firsthand experience. Like, I want to know the depth of it, because like, I'll be able to feel the depth of it by what you've been through or what you've thought during those times, or like the scenario and the history, and the connections and like the science behind it. Like, I love that shit. Just because I'm religious doesn't mean I'm scientific. Doesn't mean I'm not scientific. Like, you can't do those compartmentalizations anymore. Those are not, they're no longer part of the design. Wow, I just got so hype. I think I need to drink water. So I'm gonna actually take a break, and I'll break this into 2 videos because I'm starting to lose track and get really hype about it. And it's like really funny. So love you guys. Ciao.